Be warned, this video will contain spoilers. Episode 3 of The Buccaneers Season 2 leans beautifully into everything that made the first season stand out. Lush romance, genuine friendship, and the kind of drama that feels earned rather than forced. This episode gives us the series' most emotionally rich and visually captivating hour so far, and what's striking is how much joy and intimacy it packs in without losing sight of the deeper tensions under the surface. Right from the fallout of Theo discovering Guy was in the castle the night before his wedding to Nan, the episode wastes no time throwing us into a confrontation we've been waiting for. Nan doesn't lie or sugarcoat it. She admits to sleeping with Guy and marrying Theo only for his title. That confession is brutal, but it also sets the tone for Nan's emotional journey. She's done pretending. By the end of the episode, when Lizzie hands her Guy's letter, Nan makes a decision not just for love, but for freedom. Watching her flee the castle to be with Guy and Ginny feels like a victory. Messy, romantic, and perfectly in line with the spirit of this show. But this episode doesn't belong to Nan alone. Lizzie has her moment too, with a stunning fairy garden party surprise where Hector proposes. The girls band together to pull this off for her, and it's one of those rare scenes that captures why their bond remains the heart of the show. And Blanche, who's often been one of the more complicated characters, finds herself face-to-face with Hector's father, an old flame whose sudden return stirs up feelings she thought she'd buried. Their chemistry is undeniable, and the show wastes no time in letting us enjoy that tension. But as quickly as that door opens, it closes again when Blanche confesses her involvement in Nan's plan to Theo, leading him to exile her from the castle. And here's where things get thorny. Theo. His reactions to both Nan and Blanche feel cold, even cruel, as he lashes out with the authority of a man more hurt than in control. It's hard to feel sympathy for him, even if we understand why he feels betrayed. His threats to banish them aren't just about heartbreak. They're a display of power, and frankly, it's not a good look. Still, that emotional intensity adds fuel to the episode, creating rich conflict for future episodes to unravel. This episode shines by allowing each character the space to breathe. Conchita and Richard bring a welcome dose of levity. Their dynamic with Cora, who's still as petulant as ever, brings some of the biggest laughs of the episode. But even that subplot carries romantic weight, as Conchita and Richard rekindle their spark. It's subtle, playful, and layered, exactly the kind of mature, emotionally grounded storytelling that's becoming this show's signature. Then there's Ginny, quietly thriving in Italy with Guy. Her moments with Paloma are warm and grounding, and for a character who carried so much trauma last season, seeing her surrounded by peace, even laughter, is a huge relief. She's not just healing, she's becoming someone new. What's most impressive is how the episode still finds time for difficult, honest conversations. Nan and Blanche scenes are some of the best in the series. They're two women who've made deeply flawed choices, but who still choose to face their consequences head-on. Blanche, especially, continues to surprise. Her regret feels real, but so does her courage, and her willingness to stand up to Theo, even if it costs her everything, adds real weight to her arc. Episode 3 also reinforces how well The Buccaneers is structured for weekly viewing. It's not rushing toward a season-long climax. It's treating each episode like a meaningful, self-contained story. That commitment pays off. Whether it's the romantic thrill of Nan's final smile in the carriage or the pain left hanging between Theo and Blanche, the episode ends with the kind of high that leaves you genuinely eager for more. So let's talk about it. Did Nan make the right choice running off with Guy? Do you think Blanche deserved to be banished? And what are your thoughts on Theo's reaction? Justified or way too harsh? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know what you're feeling after this one because The Buccaneers just delivered one of its best episodes yet.